anybody else in the world besides me named Dobie? Of course you don't. Other guys have names like George or Charlie or Harry. But me, I'm Dobie. Are you wondering how I got such a name? Well, I wondered too. So I went to the man who could tell me. A man who's never in doubt, who's always ready with a straight, firm, definite answer.
How should I know?
But you're my father, aren't you? You gave me that name.
Oh, not me, boy. I had another name all picked out for you. A good one. Gus. Now, there's a name.
So how come you called me Dobie?
I did not do it. She did it.
Yes, I did.
Why, Mom?
I'm sorry, Dobie, I can't tell you.
Yeah, but, Mom...
It's no use, boy. I've been bugging her for 20 years and she just won't talk. Now, Winnie, why in...
What's the difference? Why? I think Dobie's a perfectly lovely name. I can't imagine a better name than Dobie.
I can. Gus.
What? Well, that's not a name at all.
So my mother, for reasons known only to herself, decided to name me Dobie. She won't tell me why. All she'll say is that Dobie's a perfectly lovely name. Giselle Hurlbut, however, has a somewhat different opinion.
I think Dobie is icky and awful and too ridiculous.
What's in a name, Giselle? The important thing is that you and I love each other, and we always will, and after graduation, we will be married.
And after we're married, what?
Bliss, happiness. You and I, hand in hand, walking through fields of wildflowers.
No, my friend. After we're married, you're going to get a good job with a good corporation and work your way up to a vice presidency. And we're going to move into a split-level house in the suburbs and have 3 children, two boys and a girl.
Yeah.
And I'm going to join the PTA and the Red Cross. And someday my picture will be on a society page pouring tea for some worthy organization. And what's it going to say under the picture? Mrs. Dobie Gillis? How can you do that to the woman you love? And what about yourself? You go to work in a big corporation. You want to become vice president. The manager takes one look at your name. Do you think he's going to put a name like that on a vice president's door?
Are you finished?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not the greatest name in the world, but there's nothing I can do about it.
Well, there most certainly is.
Like what?
I'd change it.
Change my name?
Lots of people do.
Sure, movie stars, people like that, but not people.
No, it's very simple. All you have to do is go to the judge and fill out some papers.
Giselle, I can't.
You say you love me.
Oh, I do.
And you say you climb the highest mountain
And
for me?
swim the deepest river. And...
I know. And bring me moonbeams in a jar. And the perfumes of Arabia and the pearls of the Orient.
Right.
So why don't you go change your name?
I don't know, Giselle. It seems so kind of weird and spooky and unnatural.
You rang?
No, Maynard, I didn't ring.
Boy, am I glad I found you, good buddy. Got some real good, important news for you.
Here, go away, Maynard.
No, Maynard, don't go.
I wasn't going to, girl. He's always telling me go away. It's like rough, manly humor, isn't it, good buddy?
No, it isn't, good buddy.
I want to ask you a question.
Shoot.
Yeah, you're going to regret this, Giselle. See, these people already regret it.
Your name was Dobie Gillis. Wouldn't you change it?
I sure would. That's a crazy name.
See?
I'd change it to Dobie Sigafoose.
Right.
In fact, I changed Dobie, too.
Aha!
Aha, Sigafoose? No, I don't think so. I think it was something like Leon.
Goodbye, Maynard.
Some more rough, manly humor, huh, Dove?
Yeah, you're not going, are you, Maynard?
Good thinking.
Come, my dear, to a secret place I found just built for 2.
I'm not going anywhere now or ever with Dobie Gillis. Dobie, indeed. I'm giving you exactly 24 hours to go to the judge and change your name to something normal and reasonable. 24 hours. Now make up your mind. Will you or won't you?
Look, can't we talk this over?
We have talked it over. And over and over and over. The time for talk is past. If you love me like you say you do...
I do. Yes, I do.
Then you'll, meet me here tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Brand new name?
I'll do it.
I hope you mean it.
No, I mean it.
I'll see you tomorrow.
No, I'll be here.
With a new name?
With a new name, with a new... 24 hours. That isn't much time to think of a new name.
What's the problem, good buddy? I already got one picked out.
Like Maynard?
Good thinking.
But if I was Maynard and you were Maynard, how would we know which was which?
You got a point.
So have you, Maynard, right on top of your head.
Some more rough, manly humor, huh? Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, Maynard. I didn't mean to insult you, but she's got me all shook up. Now, be a good fella and flake off, will you? I've got to think.
Yeah, me too. Now, let's see. What'd be a good name for you? How about Milton?
No, Maynard.
Leroy? Julius? Hey, I got it. Wenceslas.
Now, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, he was a good king, Wenceslas. You remember the song? Jingle bells, good King Wenceslas went fa la 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 la.
Maynard, Merry Christmas and goodbye.
Some more rough, manly humor, huh, good buddy? Gee, how did a jolly jokester like you get mixed up with Dr. D.W. Klein?
Maynard, what are you talking about?
He sent you a telegram.
The Dr. D.W. Klein?
Yeah, the guy whose picture's always in the paper giving advice to presidents, you know, inventing the atom and stuff like that.
You mean Dr. D.W. Klein, the scientist and humanitarian and Nobel Prize winner?
Yeah, him.
What's Dr. D.W. Klein got to do with me?
I just asked you, good buddy. You gotta learn to listen.
Yeah, I'm listening,
He sent you a telegram. Mrs. G told me to bring it over to you.
Yeah.
Mrs. G, that's your mother.
Yeah.
And Mr. G, that's your father.
Yeah,
and Dope
Maynard,
G, that's you.
I know all that. Here, let me read it.
You don't have to, Dope. I already steamed it open. It wasn't easy. I used cold water. It says, Dear Dobie, most urgent you come to New York tomorrow to see me. We have much in common to talk about. Signed, Dr. D.W. Klein.
That's exactly what it says.
What does he mean you have much in common to talk about?
I don't know, Maynard. What could Dr. D.W. Klein possibly have in common with me?
Your name.
I don't get it.
Yeah, what's the idea, Winnie?
Yeah, Winnie.
Maynard.
Come on, Mom, let's hear it.
The D in Dr. D.W. Klein's name stands for Dobie. Dr. Dobie W. Klein.
And you named me after him?
That's right.
Yeah, you had to pick the D. Why didn't you pick the W?
The W stands for Willis.
Willis? Gillis?
Exactly. So you see why I had to pick Dobie.
No, I don't see, Mom. Why'd you name me after this man in the first place?
Yeah, get to the point, Winnie.
Yeah, Winnie.
Maynard.
Dobie, about 2 weeks before you were born, I read in the newspaper about Dr. Klein. He had just been awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics. But the article said that he was not just a great physicist. He was also a great humanitarian and philosopher. And he did all kinds of good things for people and served on important committees and worked day and night to make the world a better place.
Gee, I'm getting all misty.
Well, I wrote Dr. Klein a letter. And I asked him if he would mind if I named my baby after him. Provided, of course, that it turned out to be a boy.
Did it?
Well, he wrote back, oh, it was such a lovely letter, and he said that he didn't have any children of his own, and he would be delighted to have me name my boy after him on one condition. He wanted to know all about Dobie's progress in the world, and he asked me to write him letters about everything that happened to Dobie. His first tooth, his birthdays, his friends.
That's good.
His marks at school.
That's bad.
But, Mom, how come you never told us any of this?
Well, frankly, I was a little embarrassed. I mean, doesn't it seem kind of hoity-toity? Me, a simple housewife, and Dr. Klein, one of the greatest men in the world? It seemed, well, a little immodest of me to name my boy after such a great man. But after all, Dr. Klein doesn't seem to mind, does he? He sent you a telegram asking to see you, didn't he?
Okay, Winnie. You naming the boy after a great man like Dr. Klein, this I can understand. And you being a little embarrassed to tell about it, this I can understand. But him sending a telegram inviting Dobie to New York, this I don't understand.
The answer is right here in the evening paper.
Dr. D.W. Klein forsakes world. The great scientist and humanitarian, Dr. D.W. Klein, today announced his permanent retirement from the civilized world. He did not divulge his future plans, but sources close to the eminent physicist say that he intends to retire to the unexplored jungles of Brazil and establish a hospital among the savage tribes there.
You see, Dr. D.W. Klein, possibly the greatest American, is retiring from the world, and before he goes, he wants to see our son. Isn't that wonderful?
Mom, listen.
Quiet, boy. Winnie, if Dr. Klein, who is probably the greatest living American alive, asks a favor of Herbert T. Gillis, you can be sure that Herbert T. Gillis will show the good doctor, in his own small way, that he is a great American alive, too.
What are you going to do, dear?
I am not only going to let Dobie go to New York, I am to go along with him personally.
Oh, yeah, me too. I want to meet one of them city slickers and buy me some gold bricks. Oh, man, I always wanted some of them gold bricks.
Yes, perhaps you had better go along.
Yeah, turn these country boys loose in New York alone and somebody will steal their suitcases.
Mom, Dad, naturally I'd like to go to New York and meet Dr. Klein, but I can't do it tomorrow.
But it has to be tomorrow, dear. He's leaving for the jungle.
I can't. I've got something important to do tomorrow.
Like what?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain.
No, it isn't, Dobie. You have to go down and see the judge tomorrow and have your name changed.
Have you flipped your wig, gonna change your name just when it's getting you a free trip to New York? What in the world do you want to change your name for? No, what a stupid question. Who's the chick?
Her name is Giselle Hurlbut.
Her name is Giselle Hurlbut. And she wants you to change your name?
Well, let's face it, Mr. G. Dobie is kind of a weird name. Wouldn't it be better if you had a nice name like Irving or Flicka?
It certainly would not. Dobie is a fine name, a proud name. You are going to New York tomorrow. Let's have no more nonsense about it.
But Giselle will dump me.
Look, dear, you just go to this girl and explain to her the great man that you're named after, and I'm sure she'll change her mind.
You really think so?
Why, of course, dear. You just put all the facts before her simply and clearly, and there's no question about it. She'll say yes.
No.
But Giselle, Dr. Klein's one of the greatest men who ever lived.
So was Socrates. But I wouldn't be running around with anyone named Socrates Gillis.
Hey, look,
You've
Giselle.
got to change your name, and that's final.
You sure this is what you want?
Are you sure I'm what you want?
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
You sure you want these eyes
Yes,
and this lips and this
Yes.
head and this body?
Yes, 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 yes. Then I'll change
your
my name, yes.
You promise?
I promise.
That's my darling.
And that's my darling.
And here comes nobody's darling.
Maynard, what happened to you? Why do you look so fat?
Like brain power. I've been using my wits.
Like how?
Like, I remember what Mr. G...
My father.
Yeah, said about all them city slickers in New York stealing your suitcase and all like that.
Uh-huh.
Well, they're not going to steal my suitcase, not Maynard G. Krebs' suitcase.
I know I'm going to regret this, but why not?
Because I ain't got no suitcase. I wore all my clothes. Yes, sir, them city slickers are going to have to get up pretty early in the morning to get ahead of yours truly, Maynard G. Shrewd.
I was
Steal
right.
my suitcase,
You regret
indeed.
it, yeah.
I'm like a walking, living suitcase. I mean, he who steals Maynard G. Krebs' suitcase has got to steal Maynard G. Krebs.
Yeah, good thinking, Maynard.
And how many people, conservatively speaking, would steal Maynard G. Krebs?
No offense.
No offense. Come on, we got to catch the 4 o'clock plane for New York.
Oh, yeah. Goodbye, Giselle.
Goodbye, and don't forget what you have to do when you come back.
Yeah, change
your
my name, yeah.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this telecast is coming to you from the anteroom of Dr. D.W. Klein in the School for Advanced Learning at Eastern University. As I look about me, I can see some of the most famous faces in this nation. Scientists, diplomats, United Nations delegates, authors. I could go on and on with the list. These people are the good doctor's friends, associates, and well-wishers who've gathered here to bid him a bon voyage to a destination unknown. Here we have Dr. Klein's longtime assistant, Dr. Charles Graham. Dr. Graham, can you tell us, sir, when we may expect Dr. Klein to come out of that door and speak to us?
Oh, you can't expect him at all. That's what I've been trying to explain to these gentlemen of the press.
Oh, surely there must be some mistake. Do you mean that Dr. Klein is not even going to say goodbye to this gathering?
Oh, the doctor will say goodbye, but only to one particular person.
And who is this person?
Well, he's some sort of a college boy, that's all I know. His name is, Dobie Gillis. And he'd better get here soon. Dr. Klein has to catch a plane in a few minutes.
Dobie Gillis, who is he?
I have no idea. Excuse me.
Think of the irony of it, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. D.W. Klein's last few minutes in the civilized world will be spent with some shadowy, mysterious youth from another world.
You rang?
Oh, dear. Are you Dobie Gillis?
Oh, dear, I'm Maynard G. Krebs.
Oh.
Kindly bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. There's some small mix-up.
Oh, there ain't no mix-up. I'm Maynard G. Krebs. Dobie took the wrong subway train, and his father went to find him. He took the wrong subway train. Then I went down the subway.
But you didn't take the wrong train.
Nope, I walked along the tracks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dobie Gillis has been detained, but while we wait for him, we'll speak to his friend, Mr. Maynard.
Are all these cat city slickers in disguise?
Not exactly, no.
Of course, I want to buy myself a gold brick to take home as a souvenir.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's shy and beardless.
Beardless? Oh, come now.
Mr. Maynard, could we have a few words on...
Well, it all depends. I only have a limited amount.
I see you have a sense of humor. Mr. Maynard, would you please stand a little closer to me so the television audience
I'm
can
like
see
on
you.
television?
Oh, yes, you are, yes.
Like hi, Josie. Like hi, Rosie. Like hi, Hilda.
Let's get back to your friend, Dobie Gillis now.
They're my guppies.
Get back to your friend, Dobie Gillis. Why did Dr. Klein want this youth to pay him a visit? Mr. Maynard.
Oh, Dr. Klein didn't pay him. We each bought our own ticket, except my father bought mine. I've had a standing order from my father for years. He'll pay my transportation to any place in the world, one way. Which one of these cats is Dr. Klein?
None of these cats. Is Dr. Klein. I mean, Dr. Klein is waiting in his private office. Tell us, what does Dobie Gillis's father do?
Oh, he runs the Gillis grocery store. You know, fancy fruits and vegetables and cheese. It smells so bad they gotta send it out of France. Hold it!
I am the father of Dobie Gillis.
Ah, here is Mr. Gillis now. Tell us, where is your son, Dobie?
Oh, he'll be here. Got lost, huh? You never mind about Dobie. He'll be here any minute. In the meantime, I suppose you would like to have a few words from his father?
Well, we really don't.
Never mind. I'm happy to oblige. First of all, I would like to say hello to all my good friends out there in Bison Lodge number 38 who have done so much to build up the community. Oh, yes, and a little word to my good wife, Winnie. Hi, Winnie.
Now, let's get back to your son, Dobie, Mr. Gillis.
Oh, yes, my son, Dobie Gillis. Well, to understand Dobie Gillis properly, you must first understand his parents. Now, take me, for instance. His father, Herbert T. Gillis, yours truly. A modest man, an average American, but aggressive, intelligent, self-reliant, and a successful independent retail merchant, loved and respected by everyone in his community.
Oh, come now.
Mr. Gillis, quiet, Sonny. Herbert T. Gillis, American, citizen, taxpayer, and a veteran. I was in WW2. That was the big one, you know. Came out of first sergeant with the Good Conduct Medal. But I'm not taking any bows. I just did my little bit like many other fellow Americans whose grit and determination have made this country great.
Well, I finally found Dobie Gillis. Let us through, please. We only have a moment.
Dobie Gillis is here in the room with us now. Dobie Gillis, if we may ask.
Oh, I'm sorry. He can't talk now. Time is of the essence.
Oh, yeah, no more interviews, please. We gotta get right in and see Dr. Klein.
Yeah, we gotta hurry.
Oh, no, not you two. Only Dobie Gillis. Dr. Klein was very specific.
Dobie Gillis, you will be the last person in the civilized world to talk to Dr. Klein. You alone will hear his final message. Remember it well. Every word. We will all be waiting.
Good, you're just in time. Give me a hand with this, will you?
Sir?
Come on, why stand when you can sit? Let's try it. I think it's all right.
Excuse me, sir. Do you know where I can find Dr. Klein?
What? Oh, I'm Dr. Klein. Here, I'll split this with you.
You're Dr. Klein?
Well, don't look so unhappy, Dobie. I've had to look at this face every day for 65 years.
Oh, no, sir. I only meant that,
You know, Prince somebody or other gave me this sword. I knew it would come in handy someday. Oops. Got it?
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't grow apples like they used to.
Oh, no, sir. No.
Dobie, you know why I wanted to see you today?
To be perfectly frank with you, sir, no, and I'm confused.
To be perfectly frank with you, son, I don't blame you. I asked you to come here because I want your advice.
My advice? Well, you're kidding, aren't you?
How about this? Here. Dobie, take a look.
This is all about me. It's all the stuff Mom's been sending you.
Right. And I have a confession. Up until a few months ago, all these mementos of your growing up didn't mean an awful lot to me. I appreciated your mother's thoughtfulness, of course, but that's about all. And suddenly it struck me that in many ways, that is the most important book that I have ever owned.
A book about me? Oh, come on now, Dr. Klein, you're just being polite. How could it be important compared to the brainy stuff that's in all these other books?
That's where you're wrong, son. These other books are about things. This book is about people. That is, a person, you. And what could be more important than that?
Dr. Klein.
Dobie, I spent a lifetime trying to make the world a better place to live in. But what is the world except the people who live in it? And what are the people who live in it except a lot of individuals like you?
But, Dr. Klein, you've done a wonderful job of making the world a better place to live.
Is it much of a place to live in right now?
Well,
The truth?
it's miserable.
You bet it is.
Yeah.
And part of the reason is that people like me who've been trying to improve life have been too busy to live it and learn what it's all about. Dobie, what's this?
That's me playing shortstop in the Little League when I was about 10. We won that game, 27-25. It was a pitcher's battle. Yeah.
When I was 10, I had no time for baseball. I was studying differential calculus. Well, what's this?
That's a picture of my high school graduation dance. Golly, failure manager. What a night that was. After the dance, we all... Dr. Klein, I don't get this. What have these pictures got to do with you and with helping the world?
Dobie, at the age when you were dancing with Thalia Menninger, I was locked in a laboratory, working out a theory that only a few eggheads like me even cared about. While I was standing by observing, you were living. You were a part of life. I was outside it. Now tell me, which of us is in a better position to give advice on what the world needs?
Me? Oh, no.
You, yes. That's why I'm going back to fundamentals, to the basic primitive things. I've got to try to learn the things you already know. And that's the advice I want from you, Dobie. What does the world really want from life?
Oh, come on, Dr. Klein. What does a kid like me know about that?
Plenty, because you live life. Now speak up, Dobie. Don't be a prima donna.
Well, I guess I want what everybody wants. Happiness.
And what is happiness?
Honestly, Dr. Klein.
Don't poke along, Dobie. Get to the point.
Well, one part of happiness is having a girl.
A girl? Well, a girl, of course.
And friends, people you care about, people who care about you.
Yes, that we know.
Well, everybody wants a chance for an education so they can learn how to make a living.
True.
And they want some time to enjoy themselves after they're through working so they can make that living mean something.
Of course.
And, of course, they want peace. Peace, or else none of the rest of it means anything.
Peace? Well, we've all tried. How would you go about achieving that, Dobie?
Well, for openers, I'd try to make people be more polite.
Well, I'm all for that, but I hardly think politeness would bring about peace.
Oh, sure it would. Well, I don't mean polite only on the surface, like taking your hat off in elevators or using the right fork. I mean polite inside, in your heart. An honest respect for the other guy's feelings and opinions, even if you don't agree with them.
Uh-huh. That doesn't seem like much to ask. And yet it's everything, isn't it?
Oh, yes. And we need one more thing. One more thing. Time to dream. About better days, about a fine new world.
That's a heck of a fine dream.
It's a heck of a necessary dream because, well, we've got to dream before we can plan.
Indeed you do. Dobie, those people out there, they're waiting for some final word from me. Some memorable message.
They sure are. They made me promise to get it to them.
So you will.
Yes, sir. I'll get a pencil and write it down.
No, Dobie. You are going to give them the message, your own message.
Me? Oh, no, come on now, Dr.
You,
Klein.
of course. Dobie, you're the hope of the world. You and millions of others like you. Young enough to dream, young enough to make those dreams come true. Now go, Dobie. Give them the message they're waiting for. I'm going to sneak out the back door. Crowds bug me.
But I can't speak for you.
Says who? What they want from me, I can no longer give them. But you can. You can give them hope. Now go on, son. And son, speak up. Now don't mumble. I'm counting on you.
I wonder what's keeping my good buddy so long.
Your good buddy is ruining Dr. Klein's schedule.
Oh, he's probably in there telling the good doctor all about his folks, that's all.
Or about me, his good buddy.
Oh, I wish he could. Come right over this way to the television camera.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment we've been waiting for. Young Dobie Gillis has at last re-entered the anteroom from his visit with Dr. Klein. Now America and the world will hear Dr. D.W. Klein's final message to us all. Well?
Well, he said, he didn't say much. He's an awful nice man.
Yes, we all know that, Dobie, but try to be specific. We're all waiting.
Dr. Klein said,
Yes,
let's
Dobie,
see,
yes.
Well, he said, be kind to each other. He said, have a dream. He said, believe in that dream. Well, I guess that's all.
Thank you, Dobie, for bringing us these final words of wisdom from one of the great souls of our time. Brave words, strong words. Mark these words well, ladies and gentlemen. Be kind to each other. Have a dream. Believe in that dream.
Giselle, I have something to tell you, and there's no use arguing because my mind's made up. I'm not going to change my name.
Okay,
It's
Dobie.
a great name, and it belongs to a great man, and I'm... did you say okay?
That's what I said, okay.
You mean you don't care if I don't change my name?
No, Dobie. I think it's very important to stick up for the things you believe in.
Well. What made you change your mind, Giselle?
Well, you see, Dobie, I'd like you to be my fiancé, Adelbert Chalmer Jr.